Hello there, good people of YouTube. This is Daniel Rosel here. I am speaking in this slightly quiet tone because it is approximately 4 in the morning where I'm living, and I'm trying to make sure I don't wake up my wife, who is sleeping and has a meeting in a few hours. So I'm trying to just keep quiet. As to why I'm speaking in this weird voice, that's a mystery. I want to say before I talk, get into this video, a couple of things. This YouTube channel is called Daniel Rosehill Plus. I have a main YouTube channel. It's called Daniel Rosehill. I've been really working on that for a couple of years, getting into this whole YouTube adventure. What I want to say is that the reason I set up this YouTube channel, Daniel Rosehill Plus, is because it's my aspiration to improve my main YouTube channel, to give it like a coherent theme over time. Probably going to be mostly stuff about Jerusalem, where I live, and I set up this one so that I can put all the kind of random stuff that doesn't fit into those boxes. So if you feel like getting all random videos from me, subscribe to this channel, YouTube Plus, but it's going to be it plays second fiddle to my main YouTube channel. Alright, I want to talk today about nortriptyline, because there isn't a ton of videos out there on YouTube about nortriptyline or amitriptyline. They're by the standards of psychiatric drugs today, these are relatively obscure. They're used actually mostly for non-psychiatric issues in low dosages. Stuff like nerve pain, functional, IBS, functional disorders of the gut-brain interface, I think is the new name for functional dyspepsia, and bladder stuff like bladder pain, I think, as well, is like another common use. Oh, and migraines as well. I knew I was forgetting one. So I was taking amitriptyline for 3 months. At 25 milligrams, and the only reason I took amitriptyline was because nortriptyline was not available. These are older drugs, so sometimes there's like these supply chain issues. So I got prescribed these medications for, again, functional dyspepsia, disorders of the gut-brain axis, whatever you want to call it. I've been really struggling since my gallbladder surgery, as anyone who's found this channel from my main channel is probably aware, with just like a whole host of stuff, bloating, regurgitation, reflux, nausea, pain, the whole works, and it's been really difficult to get it under control. So this is kind of a classic case that these drugs are used for. So I was taking amitriptyline, and unfortunately I gained a lot of weight on that medication, which is very common. The few videos on YouTube I found about amitriptyline, I think the reason people came off it was weight gain. It was incredibly frustrating because it did help with some of the GI symptoms. I was like exercising more than I have in years, eating a great diet, but the weight was just going zoop up. Really, really not a nice feeling, and I'm trying, hopefully gradually going to be coming down in weight. I've actually only been taking nortriptyline for like 6 weeks. I did a direct swap. Nortriptyline I didn't like it. I think it was actually worse than amitriptyline. The side effects I experienced were, the most bothersome one was sweating. It was crazy. I would go like to pick up post to run an errand, and I would get to the post office, and it was like I'd run a marathon. I was like literally dripping sweat. I know this is kind of gross. So I just reached a point, and I had hopefully my family never find this video, but if they do, whatever. I had a sexual dysfunction as well. I struggled with it with my SSRI. I'm taking Lexapro, and when I added on these tricyclics, amitriptyline and nortriptyline, it went from being sort of a manageable issue, like there was, let's say, ways around it, to this is not working. So I kind of, I think, accepted these side effects for like months, and then I was just like, I'm really tired of this. So I made an appointment with my psychiatrist, who I've been seeing a couple of times a year when I was dealing with depression, and got me on Lexapro. And he was very against using these medications. It was from my gastroenterologist. I feel a bit strange having this whole medical team. So he was really set against, even though it was not used for a psychiatric, indication or purpose. He was very against this. So I told him, look, I just want to get off this. I like it. It's horrible. I go any exercise I take, I walk anywhere, I'm sweating. It's embarrassing. It's unpleasant. And the sexual dysfunction is finally just reached the point where I'm not prepared to accept this anymore. So he said, yeah, 25 milligrams is like a really, really small dose. You can just stop taking it. And I was like, okay. Now, I know a lot of people hate on psychiatrists, or they're really unhelpful, or they grossly underestimate the severity of these drug withdrawals. And I have seen evidence of that. I do think a lot of psychiatrists there just tell you stupid things, that it's no big deal to just stop taking Lexapro and blah, blah, or just this, stop taking nortriptyline. I don't think it's, negligent. I think they mean well, but I do think some of them just, tell you to do stuff that's maybe not advisable. So he said it was okay to stop, and I wanted to just get it out of my system, knowing that the withdrawal might be, unpleasant. So what I did was, last Wednesday, after seeing the psychiatrist, I basically said, okay, I'm not taking nortriptyline tonight. That's it. I made a note. I put in a Google Calendar entry saying day 1, 0 nortriptyline. It's kind of taken a couple. Okay, so firstly, how is nortriptyline withdrawal? So I'm only on day 4, and it has not been easy so far. Right now, just as I'm recording this video, I have a crazy headache that I presume is from the withdrawal syndrome, because I don't know any reason. I don't really get headaches. And I know that that's a withdrawal effect, because people use it for preventing headaches. I've got a horrible headache, and I just feel feverish. I'm getting kind of shaky, and I actually just had COVID last week, and actually had it pretty mild. I tested negative a few days afterwards, and after testing positive, and it really wasn't so bad. But I feel like I've got COVID again. The day that it was very unpleasant, which is when I took the test and got a positive, I was feeling feverish and sickly, and I feel like that again. Just sick, basically. I've also been having a hard time sleeping, which is why I am recording this on YouTube at 4 a.m. What else am I experiencing during my withdrawal? So I haven't touched my Lexapro dosage. He said that getting rid of the nortriptyline should get rid of the worst sexual side effects, and I'm going to take this one thing at a time. And once my thinking is, once I get off nortriptyline, I might be able to add Wellbutrin or buspirone, but it gets very risky from what I understand when you're taking 3 different drugs. So I've been getting, and in terms of the stomach stuff, which is why I started taking this medication, I've been getting a bit more nausea. I definitely feel a bit nauseous. Haven't thrown up, but just feel nauseous. Feel a bit sickly. Just don't feel that well, is the truth. And tomorrow I'm going to, when I finally get to sleep, try to have a good night's sleep. And I'm going to take it easy on work for a few days, or try to just not overburden myself, because I did have been working really hard the last few weeks. So yeah, that's my nortriptyline withdrawal experience so far, going cold turkey at a doctor's instruction on 25 milligrams. I'm scared that there may be worse in store. Oh, and I forgot to mention anxiety. Now, my psychiatrist said 25 milligrams is a non-psychiatric dose, but I've been getting anxiety for sure the past few days. It just kind of feels like physical anxiety. It's coming out of nowhere. And to me, it feels very connected to the nortriptyline withdrawal, no matter what, doctors say. So yeah, if you're on nortriptyline, I'm recording this video really because there's very little information on YouTube about nortriptyline specifically. There's more about amitriptyline. And I presume other people have been have withdrawn from this drug, or will be watching this just to get a heads up for what it's like. I would say so far it's manageable, to the extent that like feeling bad is not pleasant, but it hasn't been. I haven't been bedridden, put it like that. I was out tonight it comes in waves. I was out tonight for a few hours, and I got kind of like a bit panicky attacky there and just passed over, and now it's kind of hitting me again. So yeah, it's not great, but I'm hoping that, given that I have done a quick taper, that I'm just kind of taking the worst of it now, and I'll sort of readjust in a couple of weeks. And I think that's all I have to say really as to how I am at the moment. So thank you for watching. And if you have taken nortriptyline, I forgot one side effect. I'm just gonna get all my nortriptyline info into this one video because I'm not sure I'll make another one. I mentioned sexual dysfunction, I mentioned sweating and dry mouth like crazy. It's weird because I didn't get it on amitriptyline. I did not get that side effect, and I know that amitriptyline and nortriptyline are very closely related, like chemically. As soon as I swapped over from amitriptyline to nortriptyline, I got like what they call cotton mouth. Like you've no moisture in your mouth, and you take a sip of water, and then 3 minutes later it's back to that. So all those side effects have abated over the past few days. So it definitely feels like my blood level of nortriptyline is going down, and I'm getting it out of my system. And yeah, these are the fun times of nortriptyline withdrawal. But I'm hoping this will be a change for the better. And if I have to try different drugs afterwards, I will do that. But nortriptyline and amitriptyline were not the ones for me, basically. Just too many side effects for the benefits, the modest benefits I was getting from my digestive stuff. All right, I'm going to end this video now. Thanks for watching.